What is up, guys? Udeems here. Today we're back again. In this video we're going to be playing some Alistar support. So actually I didn't get my first position with jungle, so we got put in our second one with support, which is perfectly fine because contrary to what people think, support is pretty fun and you can actually have a pretty big impact on it. So actually for my second role, I wasn't sure if I should do support or Baron lane. I could do both positions, but I thought I'd just go for support because it actually is pretty fun. You can kind of do a lot with it. So in this match, I actually had a Misfortune as my ADC. We're going up against an Alistar and Tryndamere. So look at this matchup. I actually try and get a cam up near their jungle really early on. And the reason why I need this cam here is because looking at this matchup, Misfortune has one of the best pokes of pretty much any ADC with their Ricochet. So I know that with the Ricochet, we should be able to have a solid advantage in lane. And we should be able to push this wave up. Because, just keep an eye on Misfortune's poke. It's so easy to push this wave out and get the advantage. And that's what makes that camp super important, is because if we're going to be pushed up because of this poke, then we need to make sure that we don't get ganked by the jungler from that area. Because right now where we are, it's really easy for the jungler to come onto us and get a good gank. So that's why the cam on the river and the cam inside that jungle is super important for us this match. It pretty much keeps us from getting ganked. So now over here, Misfortune gets a really good slow. And I just go for a nice engage. The reason why I went for that engage there, and why it's super good, was because notice how close together the Tristana and the enemy Tryndamere was. So I hit them both with my first ability. If you ever get that opportunity as a support Alistar, you for sure want to be taking that, because you're almost guaranteed to win that trade. So over here now, they're just super low. I get my burst off and then I start to back off, let Misfortune poke. And again, we just keep on winning these small trades, and we're just poking him back slowly by slowly. And now we're just pretty much pushing up on this wave. Right now, I'm keeping an eye out for the enemy jungler. So the enemy jungler this match is actually Shyvana, so the gank potential isn't too good until they get level 5. So that's why it's not too bad. If we're going up against a Lee Sin or something, we can't be pushed up this far, or else he's just going to gank us and kill us. So over here, I saw the Tristana recalled. Their support should have left with them, but instead he just stayed there, so I ping it out before I go for it. Because especially in lower tiers, that's another problem that a lot of people have, is just communication between the support and ADC. So over here, there's just a simple ping before you go in there. Can be super important. So now that just gave us an early kill and a pretty decent lead in lane. But notice how when I'm going for these trades, I'm going for my short burst with my abilities, and then I'm starting to back off and let Misfortune do their poke. Because after I use my abilities, I really can't do much. I'm going to walk up to a Tristana and auto-attack them. That's not really going to happen. Over here, I'm lagging pretty badly. I don't think you could tell, but there's so much delay between my joystick and my movements. So I was trying to get over that. Because once I use up my abilities, I really can't do much to them. They can all just jump away. The Tristana can just jump away with their leap. And I really can't do anything. So here, I just go for my burst, and then back off if I need to. The Tryndamere engages. Probably shouldn't have done that. They kind of went in opposite directions. The Tristana backed off, and then Tryndamere went for the trade. So again, that was another miscommunication by them. So now we just push up this way. I see our jungler is invading a bit. It's really important to keep an eye on that, because a lot of times they're going to overextend like this, and then you might need to try and save them. So over here, I just knock him back, and pretty much make sure our Kha'Zix is safe. Now I see our ADC's recalling, so I just start to recall too, get a shop in. But one of the issues that a lot of people have with Alistar early on is they really try and force engages when they don't need to. So then they start to lose trades, especially if you're going up against a ranged support and a ranged ADC. You probably won't be able to have the advantage as much. So over here, I'm just telling my jungler that the dragon's up, just so they keep it in mind. See, ideally, our jungler should be on this side of the map because dragon just spawned. But instead, they're on the other side of the map, which is Kind of unfortunate, because they could get Dragon if they do come this way, so now they're coming this way. Over here, I'm pinging Misfortune to just come for the Dragon. Notice how low the Misfortune got the enemy. Now the enemies are like so low that they can't even rotate to contest this, because if they do, they're just going to die. Over here, I'm trying to get the Misfortune to come, but they aren't particularly listening. I think they're getting greedy for that kill. Which is fine, but definitely the Dragon's more important. Because look at how long it takes us to take this without the Misfortune. Over here, the Shyvana actually was able to ult in and get that steal. So that's why the Misfortune should have rotated earlier. So they were just able to chain stun all of them up and they pretty much just get screwed over. We have a pretty nasty comp though. With the Malphite ult, my knockups, and then Yasuo's abilities. That's a lot of knockups. So again, like if the Misfortune came earlier, we would have been able to get that Dragon so much faster before the Shyvana could have gotten in position there. So over here now I'm just recalling, getting my health back in another shopping. And now I really want to roam the map because I've pretty much won my laner, their lane. We got the first turret and everything. So now I'm trying to look to help my other teammates out. Over there, they definitely overextended, so there really isn't much I could do there. I'm trying to get there in time, but there's nothing I could do. So if I see our Misfortune's actually the one roaming, so I just go and hold this turret down. Now, a really big thing that you have to watch out for is if you do leave your ADC, like, you start to roam around the map, you should probably tell them in chat or something. Sometimes they see it, sometimes they don't, but a lot of times people will start to get, like, really confident if they get ahead. And then the second that you're not there, they're just going to overextend and die, because if I'm not there, pretty much I'm the only thing that's keeping the Tryndamere from engaging. Because if the Tryndamere engages, I could just knock him up and then third ability onto him, and they can't do anything. But if I'm gone, then they can get a really good hard engage. So over here now, I see that the Misfortune's coming up, so I started that engage there. They got a lucky leap. But again, the Tryndamere doesn't have as good of an escape, so he kind of got left behind. And I actually really want to chase this Tristana. So I just keep on diving this. Just flash and combo him. And that's pretty much a free kill. So pretty much it's just super important to know what your win condition is. Because with Alistar, if you fall behind, and you fall really far behind, you're pretty much going to be like useless. Since Alistar is a really hard engage hero, but if you're just so far behind that you aren't going to win any trades, you won't be going for engages, and then you're just going to be sitting there like pretty much just taking up damage, doing nothing. So that's why it's super important, especially in lane. This mistake happens a lot when you're going up against two ranged heroes in lane, or champs. People tend to overextend and fall behind. So it's okay if you fall a little bit behind early on. It's just important not to die and not to completely let the enemy scale your lane. Because if you do that as an Alistar, you're gonna not be doing anything this entire match. Because the reason why I can be going for so many dives and engages is because I know I'm ahead. I know my team can follow up, but if it's the other way around and the enemy's the one diving you, you could try and peel back, but it's a little bit harder with Alistar. It's so much better if you're ahead and you can get the engage. So here now, I'm just reminding my jungler again, because we lost that first dragon. We definitely shouldn't have, but that's unfortunate the way it played out. So I think that Tryndamere really wants this first turret. I really don't know why he's playing Tryndamere support, but he is. So here, yeah, so he's probably going to jump over one of those walls, so that's positioning a bit in case. So now that we got that kill, I'm like, let's just take this dragon. I'm not too worried about them contesting because our mid lane's pushed up, and then our bot lane's also pushing. So I'm just keeping an eye out for Shyvana. I see Shyvana's in the mid side. So they might be making their way over. They definitely are, so I just position over here, and if they show up, then I'll just knock them back if they walk up too close. Pretty much zone them away. Now again, Alistar pairs really well with Yasuo just because of all the knockups. You could just chain stun people for such a long amount of time. Plus, if you throw in the Malphite ult, if the Malphite's with us, it's pretty dirty. So now this was kind of a... I mean, we did get one mid-turret, but do you think we could have done more with a Rift Herald? In my opinion, they should have waited to use the Rift Herald until we had a minion wave pushed up. Because over there, we didn't have any minion waves with us. They were all the way back in our base. I feel like with 1 or 2 minion waves, we could have pushed like 1.5 turrets at least. So I just don't want them to overextend and give up bounties, so we just recall here. Really, as I was saying, the key with Alistar is just playing your early game smart and not doing anything too reckless. It's just important to stay healthy and make sure that your ADC gets gold. And then once you get your ults level 5, level 6, then you can start going for some more engages. See what you could do. Dragon fights and such.
On my way. On my way.
So I'm pretty much just looking for a catch out. Somebody oversteps. They don't know we have vision inside of that bush. I just go for this engage, and we're just so fed at this point. Can just flash stun them. There's really nothing they can do. No, I'm just looking to end, really. They go and chase that kill. There's only one of them up. I don't know why Siobhan is behind us. So I'm just keeping an eye out for that. Yeah, even Siobhan is so far behind that they can't do anything. So over here now, we're just trying to end. I think we can end. We kind of throw here. We should have been able to end, but our team didn't exactly group in the mid lane. If we all would have grouped in mid, we easily could have ended, but it's fine. We actually die here. Our Kha'Zix is pushing that top lane, doing their own thing. Yeah, I don't know why they went for that dive underneath the Nexus. That was kind of reckless, but really, once you get 2 inhib turrets, it's super hard to come back just because the waves you're pushing in so hard. You have to be winning like every team fight, getting the Barons and stuff if you do want to come back at this point. And over here, we got all 3 of them. That's pretty much the game. It's just a matter of time, really. Because again, we're still super far ahead. But the Alistar, it's just important to keep in mind early on, go for short bursty trades, because like against the Tristana has damage. They have like sustained damage. They can consistently deal damage over time because their damage is based all around their auto attacks and their attack speed. But my damage and my trading is all based around my abilities. So it's important for me to use my abilities back off till I get them back off cooldown and then go for another engage. Because the longer that those trades lasted in the early game, the better it would have been for the Tristana. So that's why I always went for the short bursty trades, and then playing around your win condition, keep an eye out for the enemy jungler. This match was against a Shyvana, so their gank potential wasn't too good. But yeah, now we're pretty much just ending, and that's about it for this match. This match was pretty short. Hopefully I can get some more support videos out soon. Maybe a Braum video or something. But anyways, that's going to be about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not done so yet. We got the S tier. And yep. These are the builds. Take a quick peek at the damage numbers. You can do a lot of damage as a support. Did as much as the jungler. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you on the next video.